algebraic expression that is hardest to translate is the one that has to do with subtraction. The word difference and less is subtraction, okay? So a lot of times people write this wrong. If you were to guess, and I'm going to turn off the recording, what this would translate in an equation, what would you guess? Since we're subtracting the 8, it's 8 less than 5 times a number. This is the correct one right here. Everybody see that? Now, what about 3 times the difference of 4 and a number? Most people get this wrong. Since it's 3 times the difference, we're multiplying 3 by the whole difference. That's why we put parentheses around it, okay? If you were to put this 3 times 4 minus n,
ooh, that would not look good.
That would be wrong. It's this one here because it's the whole difference that we're multiplying the 3 with. That's why we have to do it that way. And those are the hardest ones. So for both of these, we have the product of negative 11 and the square of a number. It would be negative 11 times a number squared, which we can use any letter we want, x squared. The product of 3 and the quotient of a number and 9 would be 3 times and then n over 9 or x over 9 or any letter you'd like. So if I'm writing y over 3 minus 2, equals 2 minus 2y in words, I want you to get creative. I don't want you to write it like I just read it, like y over 3 equals 2 minus 2y. I want you to use the words product, quotient, difference, and what words can we use for equal? You can use is the same as, equal. You can use equals. I'll let you do that, okay? But I want you to be creative and write this in words, and you can work with each other. So we came up with the quotient of a number and 3 equals the difference of 2 and the product of a number and 2, which is fine. Or you could say is the same as instead of equals, okay? You can say is the same as, either way. You can try it, but we can work together. What are we going to do first to start finding the t?
Subtract the 2 from the 3.
You're going to move all the t's to one side and all the numbers to the other. So the way to do that, and I do this differently than what you've learned before, and if you like it, do it my way. If you don't, do it your way. But I just say I am crossing the bridge with that positive 2t. So when I cross the bridge, I change the sign. He went over the bridge. He went from positive 2t to negative 2t, okay? And then I don't have all that stuff written underneath because to me that gets all goofed up sometimes. And then 3t minus 2t is t. Ooh, that was easy. We're there. The t is alone. We got t equals 5. Everybody understand that? So let's do this one. A minus 2a over 5 equals 3. So that 5 downstairs is pretty annoying. So we're going to get rid of it first.
Multiply.
Multiply what?
3.
5.
5 to what?
To 3. And to the side that it's on.
Didn't we talk about the birthday party where you don't get birthday cake?
Right.
Everybody gets birthday cake at a birthday party. Everybody gets this 5. So we're going to make it times 5 here, times 5 here, and times 5 here. Do not forget that, because if you do, you're going to get the wrong answer. But you can check your work. If you get the wrong answer and you can't figure out why, come see me, okay? So now we have 5a. This 5 and this 5 bite the dust. Minus 2a equals 15. Now you can combine the a's. So you have 3a equals 15. Now it's easy. Divide by 3. A equals 5. Perfect. We want to solve I equals PRT for P. Okay? On the SAT, they'll also say in terms of P. They'll say, what is I equals PRT in terms of P? What do they want you to do?
What is that?
4 for p. What do they want you to do? If you're solving for p, they want you to leave the p alone. So what I do is I circle the p so that I know what needs to go. And if r and t need to go. What are the r and t doing to the p? What operation? Multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So to snuff them out, this is pretty easy. You just divide by RT, and then you have P equals I over RT, and that is your answer. Can you find P? No. You have 4 different letters in that equation. You would have to be given 3 of those in order to find P. Got it? If you have 4 unknowns, you actually need 4 equations. If you have 3 unknowns, you need 3 equations. So we can't solve it. We can just leave the P alone. That's all they're asking us to do. Let's get a little crazier.
And that's the question.
Now if we have big A, like area equals x plus y over 2, and they want us to solve for y. That means we're going to leave the y alone. Who are we going to get rid of first? We have to get rid of that x and the 2. Who are we going to get rid of first?
2.
I would get rid of the 2. And what do you do to get rid of that 2?
Multiply by 2.
Both
Yeah.
sides.
I'm going to put a parenthesis here, multiply here by 2 and here by 2. These snuff each other out. So we have 2a equals x plus y. And now, can I leave the y alone pretty easily? What is the x doing with the y? What operation?
Addition.
Addition. What's addition's cousin?
And subtraction.
Subtraction. So all we need to do is move this x over here as a minus x. So it's 2a minus x equals y. Did we solve for y? Yep. Are there a's and x's in the answer? Yep. The first thing I do is I circle the guy I want to leave alone, because if I circle, then I can kind of see what I have to do. It's kind of like if you have to clean up your house because you got company coming. You kind of like sit there for a second and look at the whole mess and then figure out what you're going to do first, okay? So you can get it all done before they knock on your door. So the H is only in this guy, so I'm going to move him. He's clean. He doesn't have any H's. I'm going to move him over here. And since he's adding to that term, we're going to just subtract him on the other side. So we have A minus 2 pi r squared equals 2 pi r h, right? Now is the h more alone on the right? I got rid of that 2 pi r squared, didn't I?
Yeah.
So who's with the h?
2 pi r.
And what's he doing to the h?
Multiplying it.
Multiplying. So we have to divide by 2 pi r and 2 pi r. They're gone. The h is now alone. So h equals a minus 2 pi r squared over 2 pi r. Why can I not cancel that 2 and the pi and the r on that equation?
Because it's r squared, not r.
No, because this is a package deal, and I cannot cancel across a minus sign, okay? You can't cancel it. Now, if you gave that 2 pi r to everything, you could, but it actually gets uglier, and I don't want you to do that, so leave it alone. In the second one, the reason it's harder is because I want to leave the pi alone. Well, I look at where the pi is, and the pi is here and here, but I can't combine those two because the letters aren't identical. If the letters were identical, you would combine them, okay? But I can't. But I can factor the pi out. Don't those two terms have a pi in them? So I can do this. A equals pi, parentheses, 2r squared plus 2rh. All right, so now we have the pi kind of alone. Who's he with? This mess. Who cares? What is that mess doing to the pi?
Making it even worse.
What operation is that mess doing with the pi?
Multiplication.
So if I just divide both sides by 2r squared plus 2rh, they're gone. Pi's alone. We've got our answer. Pi, we have solved for pi.